Okay, so today we'll be covering like what are the top mobile platforms that are available across the globe, and what is their operating system that are morely used in the market. And then what is the market size, what are the statistics for the Android, since this entire community is focused on application library, mostly on Android and iOS and HIOS system. So I'll be focusing more on the Android part. Then of course, in this current era, like what is the next generation of applications that are really important for all of us to like focused on while we are developing and supporting the ecosystem, and what is the goal behind this like community which we are promoting, and how individuals can participate and take benefit out of it. So quickly, can Shivam, can you please jump on switch on the next slide? Perfect. So if you can see, like this is the recent market analysis or statistics that I just tried to pick up from the IDC, where you can see the top most mobile application platforms that are available in this market, considering the Huawei, Samsung, Apple, Xiaomi, all this. So normally we, when we buy the phone, we don't consider like what is the baseline applications or what is the operating system that these platforms are actually utilizing. So these are something that application developers focus more into, and then the entire journey start from there. Let's talk about like operating systems that you see. Like Android is most of one of the popular operating systems in the world. So Android is to like avoid any central. It's an open source, and that is what we can also see the result of like getting the increasing demand into the market, and the number of applications that are built on the top of that. About 2.8 active users are using this operating systems, especially if you look at the India kind of country, or Brazil, Indonesia, where 85% are based on the Android. So think about the market size which we are targeting to promote the ecosystem. It's an open source, and there are large huge amount of area where we should focus, where we can focus and like promote our young enthusiastic developers to build a new applications that are made in India, developed in India, and can run on this kind of like operating systems across the globe. I'll quickly jump on the actual statistic that talks about the Android users base. When we talk about users base, it's not just like what, if you can see like different from the inception to the current phase, there are like huge amount of numbers which is increasing. Google Play has grown enormous in past decades, like about 38.6 billion in 2020, and it is going ahead in future as well. And if you just pick up some of the area which is like Android is like dominant platform in the countries like India, Brazil, what is the reason behind that? We'll focus more on that and why this community is important for us, for the country like Indonesia, Brazil, and other, where 85% or more than 85% is just focused on Android kind of operating system. And if you can look up at a top applications that has been downloaded so far, and what kind of platforms that they are using, so you can just look at the Android versus comparison of worldwide applications downloaded across the globe on Android versus the App Store provided by Apple. Can you go on the next slide, please? So look at this applications. It's an amazing. I mean, we everybody use cell phones, and our entire life has been moved on the mobile phones. You can say, with the current era, where most of the applications, most of the work are completely depend on the applications. Like, if even if you are buying the groceries, even if you want to do the banking, you want to play the games, music, entertainment, fitness apps, and I mean, think about it, the communication apps and whatnot. So everything is currently based on this kind of applications library, and mostly available on the Android. And the good part is it is an open source. The applications are not open source, but the operating system is open source. So it's like a great opportunity for us to actually work together and understand, like, if you are a user or even if you're a developer and want to start for developing this kind of application, where you should start with. I mean, if you can see, like 49% of people open an 11 or more than 11 apps per day. And when we say like per day opening an 11 apps, it means you're touching, you're gathering, that apps are gathering the data. There is huge amount of information that is collected. And when you work on this applications, there is power of cloud, and all this come together to automate, I mean, to streamline this process. And I tried to ask Siri this morning, like, hey Siri, can you tell me like what is going to be biggest trend in this mobile application development by 2021? So I was like amazed with the answer which he come up with. Of course, we know that the technology like blockchain, the technology like AI, ML, augmented reality, and all these things are like booming into the market. But uh, knowing that answer through the Siri was like amazing experience for me, which I pick up. Like he also mentioned that there are like Siri is going to run on microservices. So I was like amazed to see like even Siri is talking about the microservices, and think about the current future, like current and future, which is going to turn in this coming era. So let's go into more detail about what exactly the changing technology for connected devices like smartphones and other, and what are the opportunity to create like innovative solutions for the developers like us. Even in the current COVID situation, it has make the opportunity more than what we expected. When everybody's like working from home, there is no option for booking, or I mean for going outside or doing the things by yourself. You're trying to do every single process automated through the application. So when we see about the opportunity size, of course there is a huge opportunity where we feel uh, the process, I mean, the only thing that we need to build is like how we can utilize or how we can take that opportunity to the next level by the power of computing. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. When we talk about like power of computing in this current era, think about the games that you are playing like PUBG or Pokemon and whatnot. I mean, even from a small kid, they are like trying to go with like live conferencing or video conferencing calls or like e-learning. Uh, every single thing is touching through the applications, and every single thing is going to run or even running on the cloud and the technology that are expected in this current era. There are some of the applications that is going to boom in 2021, and we need to think about what are those libraries that are really important behind these applications, and how these applications can be utilized at a broader level where we can just segregate through this community, like segregate industry specific libraries, solution specific libraries. So any new developer who really wants to start with really don't need to worry about like, okay, where I should start, and then where I should like go ahead with. If you're going, or if you are actually having the solution ready through the application library group, I'll not say like solution ready, but the library is ready where end user can come and jam in. So I'll pick up some of the example. If you know like foldable apps, which the new Samsung coming up with the foldable device, think about that applications that are running into those devices. It's not the way that we used to work earlier, or we used to develop earlier. Even the like companies like Google, Facebook, and other have launched specific applications which can support on this kind of devices, like they call it, I guess, OLED something display, which is the new norm, where you need to, you as a developer or we as a developer need to focus on like what are those specific libraries which can hit on that foldable related devices. If I mean, of course, machine learning and artificial intelligence is becoming a huge demand in while you're developing any kind of library, any kind of applications. Starting from, I mean, the currently application or machine learning is not just focused on your facial recognition. It has gone beyond, like I'm sure most of people are using Face app. It has become one of the famous and most popular application based on the artificial intelligence. So think about that image processing, language processing, all these kind of things are happening through the power of cloud computing in your applications for the machine learning. Then chatbot, I mean, I think more than 50% buyers or e-commerce wants to go with like do it by yourself model. No one wants to like really call to the customer care and wait for like about 30 to 40 minutes minimum to get your simple query resolved. So even if you want to go ahead with this kind of model where you are anticipating to build an application around e-commerce or any consumer kind of things, where you need to really focus on the chatbot related solutions and the libraries that are really required for that. Of course, wearable app. I mean, after this pandemic, I don't even think like most of the people are using the wearables and like trying to sync their data to cloud and then like working across it. So wearable is becoming a hot topic, and a connection with IoT like with those devices is also one of the most important, like Fitbits. If you can even see, I remember one of the example that like Google acquire like wearable company Fitbit prox for 2.1 billion, I guess. And then their collaboration with Nest to give a security cameras and integration with your applications. Excuse me. So think about the seamless integration of this IoTs, devices, AIML coming together. Even if I mean, if there is an emotion in front of your camera, if you're even crying in front of the new device that is Nest, so that gives you the notification that someone is crying in front of your camera. So it's like amazing to see the power of technology and the power of cloud computing in this era to make this journey smooth. Of course, the augmented reality, as I mentioned, Pokemon. Uh, I'm sure that most of your kids or most of you guys are also playing the PUBG or Pokemon, or even though that has been temporarily strong. But if you think about the reality, augmented reality for those devices, those applications has made a great impact, and it's not really possible to develop that from scratch. There are predefined libraries which we can like form together and create a kind of specific solution where anyone who wants to really connect those solution with their libraries can just chime in and then get integrated with their applications. Mobile wallets, I mean, we are becoming kind of China. I remember when I landed to China, I was not even having a single applications that they normally use, like starting from Didi for booking and taxi, for WeChat, Ding Talk, for communicating with Ali team, for communicating with Huawei team. I mean, there are different types of apps that they normally use. And within 8 days or 7 days, I remember that we was all set with streamlining the process and working through the apps only. So this is what the new norm, the blockchain, where everything is like finance system is like completely depend on the kind of technology where you need like secure data transfer data, I mean, to reduce data loss or deploy data from better performance. All this kind of things are really important parameters if you are developing any kind of application. Doesn't matter it's like finance system or any other, but this libraries we really need to understand like how we can build together and make it available for the end consumers. The new era of 5G and edge, I mean, I understand. I know that in 5G is not yet released in India, but even though the companies who have actually developed the applications that can support like about 100 Gbps speed on 5G, and then transmitting 1 point about 4 billion mobile gigabytes worldwide. So it's an amazing to see the power of your applications that are running beyond the cloud now. So edge 5G, then I guess there is a new technology called as beacons technology, which saves, I guess, which is around some of the notification related things. So this all are the really important pieces that we need to think in this application library groups, and we are focusing on like different solutions that can be available for the end user. I mean, I'm sure there are more than there might be more than developers who might be worrying like, okay, there are a lot of things that do we need to develop it from scratch. So uh, that is what we are here. We are trying to build this process seamlessly smooth for the end consumer. Whoever wants, they can just go ahead and join this community and then build it. So can we go on the next slide, please? Next slide. Okay, so if you are a developer, you don't need to worry about it. I mean, today, every changing technology for connected devices or smartphone, even like developers, and opportunity across the world is to create an innovative solutions. I mean, everybody's industry is demanding more, users are demanding more, and there is a huge pressure, is going to be huge pressure in the service providers, solution providers, so, and eventually the developers. So this is what the community is all about, where the goal of this community is to like bring everyone together. We understand that there are the challenges in the current libraries that are available into the market, or even it's not free to use. There are the way where we can reuse some of the components of Android or some other libraries to in UI UX or design apps or some database layers to run your application seamlessly on HMOS or Android platforms. But again, it's not 100% ready solutions. Also, if you want to just use it by yourself, there's a lack of technical support that individual might face, and they might end up by creating everything and from scratch, and it is not what the industry is expecting when Android or even other communities have open sourced their code and trying to make this effort smooth. Uh, the same way that Android application library engineering group, like we build this ecosystem together with Huawei and some of the partner companies like Click to Cloud, Wipro, and other. We are trying to grow this community in India, since we feel there are uh, huge opportunity, and India is also developing into kind of, there are huge number of developers who are available into the IT market, and they are like very passionate about developing innovative solutions. So probably this community initiative can help the different industries, also the top universities, the youngsters who wants to go ahead and develop the applications from scratch. So if you're a developer, then I think you're at right place to start with. And this is not just a developing an application. I mean, I know there are some of the youngsters who might feel like, okay, we don't need to, we don't like to develop. I mean, we don't like coding and all those stuff. So community is not just a development. First of all, there are a lot more opportunity. Even if you're a blogger, if you're a writer, you can write a book for it. If you're a promoter, you can promote, you can go ahead and like do the kind of events to promote this kind of ecosystem and get more contributors in this community to like to enhance the scale. So we as a team can build a different libraries which are available for market, and then I think our team members can showcase like how we try to make this journey smooth by creating some of the ready use libraries, and then running those applications or running those libraries on the cloud rather than premise. So it's not possible at this moment to run any of your applications on premise. So you need to use the, doesn't matter which cloud services that you use or which cloud platform that you are using, but power of cloud computing is a huge at this moment, and we really need to like uh, go ahead with this kind of solutions, if we really want to build innovative solutions for any kind of industry specific. So with that, I think I'll hand over to Karthik for next step.